Now, a Black Lives Matter activist has come up with a solution to racial inequality in the US. Chanel Helm, the movement's organizer in Kentucky, wrote an article making 10 suggestions for white people. The first says they should leave their property to minorities if they don't have any descendants. The list also urges readers to record people who make racist comments in the workplace and get them fired. We asked Helm about the initiative and also invited comment from political activist
One of the later numbers of the 10 suggestions was to essentially seek out Nazis in the workplace and get them fired. And the word Nazi has been so watered down lately that I don't think anybody really knows what it means anymore.
Let's remember where the word Nazi even comes from. It comes from Germanic people who were who proclaimed to have this superior race. That's what white supremacy is. That's what white supremacy is in the U.S. We are talking about a systemic economic barrier that prevents black and brown people who were already on this land from even obtaining land in various different ways.
The main issue we're talking about here is there's black people who've never been slaves asking for money from white people who've never owned slaves. And so it's difficult for me to be able to wrap my brain around owing somebody something when I clearly don't owe them anything. And the notion that the list of 10 things wasn't racist when all it's doing is talking about race, the list is essentially implying that black and brown people are incapable of achieving economic growth, and as a result, white people need to give them economic advantages. I think it's very racist against black and brown people to essentially tell them they're not capable of this.
I think that it's dangerous in a sense to say that what I wrote was racist or dangerous, because it wasn't in the least. And none of what I wrote was dangerous in the least. I think what's dangerous is the backlash that I am personally receiving from that.
In one of the points, you even say something to the effect of, you have hands, use them. Very much hearkening back to this overused phrase right now about punching Nazis.
And when we talk about Nazis and punching Nazis, we are talking about white supremacy. White supremacy did deal some of the most deadliest types of genocide that our world has ever seen. So we're not talking about something that's just in a 10 list of things. And when I'm talking about using your hands, because Nazis are violent.
It's perpetuating a lot of this racial tension. It's furthering the divide between races, which I think, if anything, we should be trying to come together. And it is encouraging some level of violence. And it's very naive to act like you don't think it.